Oh, I got my coffee to go. I don't know whether I can carry all of that. And we've got 4 of the best panellists to carry the show tonight, and they're coming in very shortly. And they're going to be addressing these issues. First up, touchy-feely men. Is their time up? Maybe the Me Too movement has ditched them. We'll see what the panellists have got to say. He's becoming almost monosyllabic when he speaks. He sleeps until midday on most days. Has he got depression? We don't think so. We think he's just spoilt, and there's a biological father to more than 50 kids. Are they happy about it? No. Should we be happy about it? Well, we'll see what the panellists have got to say. Don't go away. Sweet and sour. After that coffee or that coffee or that coffee or that coffee or...
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar in there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some chili?
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Ah, we like that song. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. And who else? Let's meet them straight away. They're all mates tonight, so relax, grab a coffee or a tea, and let's have a chat. First up to Jono. Hello, mate.
Hello, how are you going, Mitch?
I know how I'm going. How are you going? This is a busy period for you.
Oh, it's a very busy period. Love when the elections are on. So, you know, I'm out there being a shit stirrer extraordinaire. So,
good to have you here, sir. And thank you for sparing the time during this period.
oh,
as well.
absolutely, absolutely. It's just one thing. Just being in a public figure, you get all sorts. And I was saying to one person that I quite like a particular bakery because it has very good sweets, and he said I can tell. So the cruel and nastiness of the campaign's up and about.
Oh, smarty. Have you got any political inkling, Tracy?
Oh.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me.
You just went, whoa.
I know.
Does that mean
Oh,
that Bill
touchy,
Shorten or Morrison might push a button?
I know, I like to be an independent.
Greens? Well, don't tell me it's Clive Palmer that pushes your button.
Of course.
Ooh, ooh. Nice to have you here.
Thanks.
You're always flying around now. Is that because of your role as ambassador?
Yes, I do a lot of mental health stuff for Lifeline and the like, and yeah, I get to travel a lot, which is a great perk.
Do you know there's a letter in there that's right up your alley?
Yes, I can't wait. I do have an opinion about that.
Nice to have you. How are you, my darling?
Yeah, not
Lovely
too
to
bad.
see you.
Lovely to see you too.
Is this your first time on this year?
It is my first time on this year.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I've been busy with my postgrad in broadcasting.
Ah, okay. We're already at episode 6. Is that right, Travers? Probably 7,
I think you asked me to come on the first one, but I couldn't make it, so
Oh, we got stood up, did we? Oh.
I have busier things
And
to
this
do.
is... Lewis, this is your first time back for ages.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, sir.
In 3 months, ages.
Nice to see you,
It's
sir.
been a while. I thought you'd forgotten about me or turned racist or something. It's wonderful to be here.
We can't ever forget about you, mate.
Always a pleasure. Always a
Even
pleasure,
if I
Mitch.
try to, they keep reminding me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You guys, they love me.
They do.
really love
They
me.
do. They do.
Beautiful.
You ready?
Yeah, mate, let's
Here
go.
we go. You ready over there?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. First letter coming to us from Semaphore. Can't believe that's a suburb. Semaphore of South Australia. Dear Sweet and Sour. For all of my 57 years on the planet, I've liked to consider myself as being both an empathic and considerate man. Empathetic or empathic? Same, I suppose. My wife told me that she fell in love with me because I was always the warmest person she knew, and tells me that I haven't changed in all this time. But apparently, times have changed, and my wife warns that people like me now are being labelled as creeps and predators because the age of the warm, touchy-feely man has been ended by the Me Too and similar progressive movements. Well, I'm a supporter of the Me Too stance, yet I can't help myself patting people on their shoulders or upper arms. After living in Spain for 10 years, I still greet men and women alike with a handshake and a kiss on each side. Surely I have nothing to be ashamed of, but when I watch on the news US presidential aspirant Joe Biden come under fire for this exact thing, I don't know what to think. So I'm writing to ask if I need to change my ways or will the Me Too movement bandwagon back away soon? As I said, Michael of Semaphore, South Australia. Lewis,
Yes, sir.
you're a touchy-feely. You're a bit like me, aren't you? You touch people.
I touch people very well. Thank you very much, Gary. They seem to like it.
That's a practice.
Oh, well, there's referrals.
Keep going. Sorry there.
Okie dokie. I'd like to say to Michael, are you there, geese? Michael, don't worry about a thing. Everything's going to be all right, mate.
Everything's gonna
gonna
be
straighten out. Just be yourself. Touchy-feely is fine as long as you're not, doing the Trump and grabbing people by the pussy. See what I did there? Self-censoring. I like it. You're laughing, geese. Yeah, as long as they're not like 10-year-old kids in the playground, you're sorted. That's all I got to say.
Sorted, yeah. If you've
Nothing
done
wrong
nothing wrong,
Nothing wrong
if you
with
feel
it.
you've done
Nothing
nothing
wrong with it, is
wrong.
there, Trace?
Yvonne.
Yvonne. I'm sorry.
The only thing
I just wish you were Tracy. No. Sorry, Yvonne.
All right, Yvonne.
Yeah, I'm a touchy-feely myself as well.
But you're a girl.
Yeah.
And that makes it different.
Yeah, there's a power difference. I mean, I personally don't think that there's anything wrong with upper arm touching or forearm touching or anything like that, especially if culturally, you kiss people on both cheeks. But it depends on the circumstances. Like, you probably wouldn't do that in the workplace, but maybe with people that you're friends with, it's more acceptable to be more touchy-feely with them. I think it comes down to intent. You're not
Intent,
a creep.
it does.
You're not a creep and you're not a predator if you're not intending to be one of those things. Whereas, if you're going into it trying to get something from a woman that's sexual or, you have desires for them or something like that, then I think that's not okay. But
You have to be guarded.
if you're just being friendly, I think that's fine.
Interpretation's another thing as well. Depends. I don't know. Okay, who we got next? Yvonne. Come on, Trace.
Oh, well, you know what, Michael? You can pat and kiss cheek me anytime that you want. Because I think chivalry is dead, and this is why. Because guys are too scared of what I can and cannot do anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I love the opening of the doors and a little bit of a, hey, how's it going? A little bit of physical affection. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, it's funny. I had a conversation similar to this the other day, and guys are so scared about so many things now. Oh, I don't want to do this because they might think I'm gay. Oh, I don't want to do this because they might think I'm not gay. I don't want to do this because they might think I'm... Who cares? Just be yourself. As long as you're not hurting anybody, I think that's the fundamental, isn't it?
Intention.
Intention, Jono.
Yeah, look, I've probably got a slightly differing view. I think getting onto your latter years in life, I think a man being too touchy-feely is a bit concerning. I think you look at Joe Biden. In fact, before I saw the end of your letter, that's exactly who I thought about. Now, Joe Biden sniffed hair. He sniffed hair, which is quite concerning. He didn't let ladies go when he was hugging them. He kept them embraced. So there is, and of course, that sort of behaviour leads to all sorts of things. And in Western Australia, we have a person by the name of Buswell who likes to sniff chairs after females were on them. So I think the behaviour can lead to very disturbing occurrences. So sometimes it's not great to be too touchy-feely. And how's you going? Might lead somewhere else. How's you going? So just be a bit careful there. Just caution on the touchy-feely when you're heading towards your 60s.
We asked you at home, is it appropriate now for men to touch women in any way, inappropriate now rather, to touch women in any way, even to offer a kiss hello? And here's what you said at home. There it is. Whoa, only 34% said yes, it is now inappropriate. That's 30%. 34% of the people who responded said it was now inappropriate to even offer a kiss hello. That's a large percentage, isn't it?
Yes, but they're the, very scared and introverted people that don't want to be touched. They have...
They're all introverted.
Yeah, they've got... what is it? What is it?
34% of people are introverted.
ADHD, not ADHD. What's the...
Yeah, all those
what's
syndromes.
the hardcore one? Spectrum. On the spectrum.
Autistic.
Autistic. Because you're such an autistic person. You're like, oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, but that's a different issue, though, isn't it? This one, 34% of people.
Are you disappointed?
That shocks me. 34%.
Don't touch me.
No,
Well, I think also you've got to look at it. I mean, if the person's hot, then I think, maybe there's more...
You want to
option.
touch 'em.
Heaven forbid.
Where
If I had a hot person come up to me, go for your life.
Jono's going to play touchy-feely during the break, and we're going to see you after this message. Don't go away. All right, on the count of 3. 1. Don't go away. See you soon.
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar in there, baby.
Well, welcome back to Sweet and Sour. If you'd like to send us a letter and have it discussed by all of our panellists, send it to one of these social media contact points appearing on your screen right now. And there's about 6 of them, aren't there? Or 5, I can't remember, because I can't see it at the moment because we turn the monitors around. But even so, send us a letter, and for every one that we do discuss, we're going to send you to the movies courtesy of our very lovely Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And we're just going to send you to Palace Cinemas this week because Natalie's been so generous. You can see whatever movie you want as long as you write into us. And this is the letter that we're discussing in this segment. Hello, panellists, writes Vera of Coburg in Victoria. Tell me why it should be that in this very sophisticated and modern age, where we enjoy sheer abundance and have access to so much knowledge on everything, we at the same time are experiencing a huge surge in depression. It seems that it's directly related to the modern world in that the more we have, the more depressed people are, especially young people. I'm at my wit's end trying to understand my son's behaviour. He's studying at uni, only 1 day a week, has no job, part-time or otherwise, after he quit his last casual job, after saving for and going on a European holiday with his mates. That was almost a year ago, and as I said, I'm at my wit's end. He's becoming almost monosyllabic when he speaks. He sleeps until midday on most days. Please, panellists, let me know what I should be trying. He spends 90% of his time now watching things on his devices. All right, Vera, for you, we're going to go straight to Tracy. Trace, what's going on here, do you reckon?
Vera, you raised some very valid points. And I have to say, I think, yes, there is a surge in depression, and it's because of social isolation. Your son doesn't have any time with anyone else other than on his device, and that doesn't count as time spent with people.
Yeah, it's not a real connection, is it?
It isn't a real connection. He doesn't have a job. He's got, 1 day at uni, that's it. The rest he's spending on his own. He needs to get out and connect with people, and I'm sure he'd be feeling better.
Oh, Vera, your son's got to become more touchy-feely. Oh, God, we just told you that people are getting into trouble for doing that sort of thing. Come on, Jono, what does he do here?
Well, I don't know if you're talking about touchy-feely. We want to know what he's watching on his devices, Gary. You've got to be very touchy-feely,
but only with himself.
Well, indeed, yes, and that's social isolation for you. I agree, it's a very sad situation your son's got in. I would be at wit's end. It would just drive me absolutely bonkers crazy if somebody's sleeping in till midday.
Isn't that the mum's fault though? She lets him sleep into midday?
Sometimes you need to
the dad?
put ground rules down there, get his lazy ass out of bed, you need to sort of help motivate him yourself. I really don't know what to recommend for you, Vera. I feel for you. Certainly, what a life. Sleep until midday. Watch, who knows what, being touchy-feely with himself. Good luck, Vera. He needs motivation in his life. Absolute motivation.
Get him to do things. A sense of achievement.
I agree. I think it is social isolation. He obviously, perhaps doesn't have much friends, or maybe he has a lot of friends and you go out drinking and then sleeping in all day. Not a good cycle.
What were you like when you were a youngster?
Oh, I was very active myself.
But you've always been active.
I have.
You have always been an active kid and adult.
Yeah.
You don't stop. Do you ever get bored?
I get bored. Literally, if I stay at home and I might, during Christmas, I have 1 day at home binging watching, some streaming service. One day I think this is fantastic. Why don't I do this more often? The second day, suddenly I see 4 walls and I'm going absolutely bonkers. So, yeah.
What were you like as a kid, Lewis?
I was chubby and round, and I had an afro. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. But we'd go out and come back when the sun's down, as
go out,
like you see John Boy and Little House on the Prairie. Out you go, come back in. I'd like to Vera. What are we talking here? Abraham Maslow. You might look that geezer up. He's got a triangle of theory of human motivation. And so safety. So most of the people in Africa, they're concerned about eating and staying alive.
Yeah.
So their brain's not wired to,
Yeah.
I don't have a nice car like my next door neighbour.
They're motivated to get up and make
Yeah.
sure they still eat.
That's the bottom of the triangle. Love and belonging is in the middle of the triangle. It's self-esteem. He builds self-esteem from feeling loved and belonging. You've given them that. You've given them the safety. But it's self-motivation. You've got to install in him by throwing cold water around him, get him out of bed, kick him out of the house.
Cold water.
Yeah,
Get him out.
Give him chores, get him to do stuff, get him to fix stuff. What? Uni, studying uni, he's 18 plus, he's a man. Get that man out of bed, out of your ass. Get
Give
to
him
do
responsibility.
Something FD. Do you know what I mean?
Last word
Powerful.
to a woman.
Yeah, so I actually had a conversation with a professor of psychology about this subject, and they were talking to me about how it's absolutely not a real meaningful connection when you are interacting with somebody on social media, but it tricks you into thinking that you are. Also, when you're on your phone on social media, you're getting lots of surges of dopamine. When you're getting messages from friends, it's tricking your brain into like releasing all these happy hormones, so you feel good, but really it's not actually doing anything towards developing a meaningful connection. I think he needs to get out of the house and go and do some volunteering, or like find some kind of worth or value or purpose in life. It just can't be replicated on
Get
a phone.
him out of the house. Everybody's saying get him out of the house. Don't let him sleep till 1 o'clock. We asked our audience at home, is the growing depression epidemic related to the abundance on offer in the modern world? Here's what you said. There you go, on your screen right now. 47% of you said yep. 53%, so it's a bit of a 50-50 split. So we really don't know the answer to that, do we? It's just a modern phenomenon. We'll find out in about 50 years what this age has actually produced. When we come back, more of Sweet and Sour. Don't go away. See you soon. Isn't that interesting?
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar in there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Dangerous world. This one's called Kissin' Cousins. Hi, Mitch. I'm in the middle of an ethics debate that I don't understand, and my kids are telling me that I'm a bit of a dinosaur, but I just can't get it. Perhaps you might give it an airing as it's fairly controversial. I don't see what is so wrong with the Dutch fertility doctor, Jan Karbat, if it's pronounced like that, using his own sperm to anonymously impregnate over 50 women some decades ago. So even though he died 2 years ago, it's become a thing that he's the biological father to more than his fair share of kids. Well, so what? I can't see what the fuss is. Every couple who went to him got precisely what they wanted. End of story as far as I'm concerned. And from what I've read, the newly discovered 50 or so siblings are coming together regularly to meet. That's a pretty positive outcome too. Is there something that I'm missing here, or is it just a misplaced sense of indignation? And it comes from Elliot just down the road. It's in Swanbourne, WA. Yvonne,
Yes.
what's the ethical problem here in your mind?
The ethical problem is that he did not tell any of
Yes.
the people that he was impregnating them with his own sperm.
Yes, full disclosure.
Yeah, full disclosure. I think that is just the bottom line there. That is what is unethical about it. Yeah, if I was to go and try and find sperm to impregnate myself with, I would want to know exactly whose it was, and I would want to know that there wasn't a large chance that my future child could potentially easily run into one of their siblings without knowing it and have accidental incest.
That's you. What these people wanted was an anonymous donation.
They wanted an anonymous.
What they didn't
okay.
get was something that wasn't disclosed to them.
Right.
It was that the person they were dealing with was going to impregnate them with his own. Now,
Yeah.
even to the point of yes, I did read up on that, of the male in the relationship having his sperm available, and the doctor would put aside that sperm and use his own then.
That's awful. Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's an honesty thing.
It is an honesty thing.
Goodness.
That's not consensual.
Not consensual at all. So, I'm sure we'd all be happy to have 50 brothers and sisters and whatever. Imagine Christmas. That'd be expensive. But boy, honesty. You can't hurt anybody with those surprises. Sorry, I've usurped the whole conversation, Lewis.
I went into it. I was following you. The only drawback I can see is, you know, they're all happy. They've all got kids and all that jazz.
And they've
yes,
been blessed with life. How wonderful.
He should have disclosed. And not bad genes apart from the teeth. Have you seen the teeth on him? The teeth on him.
I didn't see the teeth.
Jan's kabat. Hideous. So, but apart from that, I really didn't give a toss. I've got some.
Did the kids have those teeth though?
Well, one of them did. One of the blonde-headed kids, something like that. But I've got a friend that she's been trying to get pregnant for 12 years, and she'd be happy to have super doctor sperm and have a little super doctor sperm baby, not a problem. So, to me, don't care. It didn't happen to me, and I don't think, you know, if I was a doctor and I'd be chugging it out and bang it into other girls, not a problem.
Don't go to Lewis. Whatever you do, don't go to Lewis if he's thinking.
I don't see nothing wrong.
I did see the 60 Minutes episode a few weeks ago, you know, where there's this chap roaming around the world offering his sperm.
Yes, but people knew what they were getting into. That wasn't anonymous. They knew what they were signing up for, and I think that's the difference here.
That's right. People knew what they were getting into. Before we ask our two in Burgundy over this side of the panel, we asked you at home, was it unethical for a fertility doctor, Dr. Jan Kabat, to donate his own sperm and father over 50 children? That's at last count, because every week the count goes up as more and more people are getting their DNA test done. And here's what you said. Believe it or not, we're in the majority, folks. 76% of people said yes, it was unethical. 24% of people said it wasn't unethical. That's a little bit of a worry, Jono, where 24% of the population, you know, think lying to clients, especially in this, is okay.
Oh, yes, but look, I mean, you have to say, wow, like 50. That's, you know, the bloke's a bit of a hero, really.
At last count.
Stamina, I tell you. But not only that, I love it when guests help other guests out. Vera, this is what your son should be doing, because he gets paid for giving sperm, and we've got a sperm shortage in Australia. So, perfect for Vera's son, who sleeps in till 12 a day, looking at God knows what, probably porn on his little iPhone and stuff. Go down, impregnate some deserving women, 50 women. Think of all the money, he's got a job for life. But wow, this bloke, I'm gobsmacked. I haven't heard this before. 50, wow.
50
and counting. It is quite something to have. I mean, how old was he? I mean, wow.
Well, he died in his 70s, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
There is a bit of a standard that the world's agreed to, these authorities have agreed to, and that they're only allowed to father, one donor is only allowed to father 6 maximum.
Oh yeah, he was a dodgy bastard, don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, here he is, going in, somebody else's sperm there, don't worry, I'll just put mine in, you know. I mean, no question about it, but wow, 50. Whew.
Come on, Trace, last word.
Look, I just think this guy's a little bit of a narcissist, a little bit selfish. You know, not even considering the effects this is going to have for generations to come.
For generations to come?
Yeah,
you have to try and avoid one another, don't you? You know, in the dating game. 50 people in generations to come multiply into a lot of relations.
A lot of problems.
Was that all in the same country?
Yeah, it was all in Holland.
Wow.
Oh no, we're not allowed to call it Holland, it's the Netherlands. Holland is only one of the
2
provinces.
degrees of separation, I'm sure.
2 degrees of
Yeah,
separation.
but that's like a small place, right? So like statistically...
Same population as us, I think.
Is it
This
really?
happened in Perth.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
I would have
already
dated,
related.
I would have dated my brother by
Who's
now.
had their DNA test done?
I haven't. I'd be interested
Yep.
to.
No.
Well, I have.
Okay, and what are you?
I am amazed at how many people I am related to
You got
that
any
I know.
You got any black in you?
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't everybody?
We all come from Wakanda. Wakanda forever.
Well, that's true, isn't it? We've got to go. Lewis, thank you. It's been lovely to have you back on the show.
Nice to see you
Come again
beautiful.
soon,
Yeah,
please.
beautiful. I will.
Yvonne, thank you for being here tonight.
My pleasure.
You're always terrific on the show. Tracy, you're also terrific.
I'm Pat.
Hey, arm pat.
Oh, hang on. Settle down.
Oh, arm pat. Jono, Terrific to have you too,
indeed.
sir.
Great to be back. Look forward to the next time.
Back to the pavement tomorrow for you.
Indeed, absolutely.
Or is
Oh,
it
countdown.
straight after the show
Oh,
tonight?
probably straight after the show. Don't worry about that. We haven't stopped.
Thank all of our wonderful panellists. Thank our terrific crew, and thanks for having us at home tonight, Australia. Good night, everyone. Wave time. You know the deal. Come on. They all know. All right. See you next week. Bye for now. Yeah, good show. Yeah, great. That was very good. All right. What are we doing? We've done our photos, haven't we? Have we got outro?
Photos now.
Oh, he's told us, has he?